present.
And our goal is to continue supporting our own.
From the latest celebrity buzz,
fashion,
music,
and all manner of youth talents,
the Grapevine cameras rove all week to bring you the latest in the enormous entertainment scene.
Watch Grapevine every Monday at 10 p.m. and the rerun on Tuesday at 2 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1, baby.
Engage us on Facebook and Twitter, #Grapevine on KBC. Let us know what is happening in your area code, because you know what they say, if you did not see it on Grapevine,
then it most probably never happened. Bah!
Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta
do. Nataka ukue masikio yangu na macho yangu.
Nitakuwa baka mapua yako. Kile kwa sababu tunajua miezi ya mvua waje tuandike sweke tempa.
Sika tamba hiyo sichawahi sikia kwa galenda.
Endo ugana huyo retina wako.
You are one of our impressive workers.
Unaenda wapi? Rudi hapa.
Isn't this the kind of tea you serve to your manager? Hakuna dhamos kwa hiyo hoteli.
Mtu anafaa kutingizwa huku ndio aweze kukuwa na long life.
Nikielele gani inaendelea huko mbele?
Kwani kwa mama gayae?
Ataenda. Should be here taking care of me or something.
Okay, should.
Yeah, when mom's not around, she's always here to take care of me.
Wakati umefika kwa Abel kuja kwa mamake na hakuna atakayenizuia. Kwa hivyo haya yanayofanya Kate wewe wayaona ni sawa.
Nisema ni sawa baby.
Bingo, umeniguza mimi kama leso vile. Unitumia unavyotaka, ukichoka wanianika watu wanione.
I wanna know what is your plan. Must I wait and for how long? I am waiting for your love. We are playing silly games.
Vijana chapakazi wenye nguvu za ziada.
My youth, uko na talent ya kusing, spoken word, kucompose jingles ama any other unexploited artistic talent. Gava through Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy na KBC sasa wamekama up na project ya kupromote usanii called Studio Mashinani. Hizi ni studios ziko grassroots and they are fitted with high quality state-of-the-art equipment where you can produce quality audio and video music content for free. What's more, wanaoffer mentorship na talanta yako itakuwa promoted on KBC Channel 1 TV, Y254 na radio stations za KBC. Tembelea Studio Mashinani huko Comarox, Langata, Sauti House Mombasa, Kirwara huko Gatanga, Kitui next to Manyanyoni Chiefs Camp na Kisumu City wako hapo KBC station. Usilalie talent. This is your chance to commercialize and popularize your talent through Studio Mashinani.
She hasn't just taken this title, She's absolutely obliterated the whole field. 3:52.96.
It's a big stage, big names and big expectations. An immersive celebration of athleticism. More than 2,000 athletes from over 200 countries will compete in 49 events. Drawing inspiration from past memorable outings, Team Kenya is looking ahead for a remarkable feat in the forthcoming World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Hungary, in Central Europe. Witness the wonders from Budapest, Hungary on 19th through to the 27th of August, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. KBC Channel 1, the true sports partner.
The inaugural Africa Climate Summit hosted by the African Union and the Government of Kenya will be held at KICC in Nairobi. The summit will bring together leaders from Africa and beyond to address the growing challenge of climate change and explore opportunities presented by collective climate action globally and in Africa. The summit will take place from the 4th to 6th of September at KICC and will be presided over by His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto. This event will be live on KBC Channel 1. Ingo FM fans in Kakamega, are you ready? Ingo FM and Y254 have organized a Meet the Fans tour on 25th and 26th August 2023. On Friday, 25th August, join us at Butere Boys High School, where the Baraza Foundation has organized sports activities including a football match pitting Kakamega Homeboys versus Butere combined. In the evening, join us as we witness the crowning of Mr. and Miss Butere live from Charlie 037 Resort. These events will be covered by Y254 and Ingo FM. On Saturday, 26th August, our team shall visit Noah Yale Children's Home, where we shall donate dignity packs. And the climax of our Kakamega tour will be the launch of Ingo FM Mashabi Club at Bondeni Primary School. Don't miss out. All are welcome.
The 21st day of August 2023 it is. Good afternoon. This is the great KBC. You're just in time for KBC Lunchtime News. We have a comprehensive bulletin right here with me. And also we are keeping tabs with the state visit by Indonesia President Widodo Adodo. And of course, we will be crossing over to know exactly how those bilateral talks are going on. Of course, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up for you. My name is Ben Troy Njoe, and Brian Muraru will be our sign language interpreter for this live newscast. And of course, you can keep this interactive via all our social media platforms as we are live. Straight to the news. We begin with some news in regards to the deregistration of churches where locals at Mavueni, where embattled Pastor Ezekiel Odero, New Life Church and Prayer Center is located, having called on the government to reconsider the decision to deregister the church. The locals at Mavueni says deregistration of the church should not be an option in resolving the ensuing dispute. They noted that the church has opened up the area and created employment for hundreds of locals.
Nalilia maisha ya huyu Mkristo ambaye ameitwa. Mkristo ambaye ametoka kwa nyumba yake ya kwamba anaenda kuabudu na anakuta ya kwamba malango ya kanisa yamefungwa.
So wasamee pastor wetu afanye kazi na sisi tupate huduma. Kama mimi kwangu kuna kuliwa kwa sababu nikileta watu hapa nitabeba, nikiwarudisha nitaleta wengine. Sio ni kazi.
Now, the Equity Foundation is celebrating a milestone in the promotion of basic and tertiary education in the country. The foundation's Chief Risk Officer Samuel Gitwekere says the Wings to Fly and Elimu scholarship programs have hit the 82% mark in assisting vulnerable students. Speaking at the KBC School during the 13th edition of the foundation's mentorship program for sponsored students, Gitwekere said 8,500 students have benefited from the scholarship this year.
Tumekaa hapa kwa siku 3 ambapo tulikuwa tunajaribu kuhimiza hawa wanafunzi wafanye bidii katika masomo yao ili maisha yao ya baadaye yakuje kubadilika.
The Equity Wings to Fly program and the Elimu programs have fully sponsored over 55,000 scholars to go through the secondary school programs across the country. So it's a very successful program with an 82% transition rate from secondary school to university.
To some politics now, where Azimio la Umoja coalition leader Martha Karua has vowed to push for fair distribution of natural resources. Karua accused leaders from Mount Kenya region of failing to fight for their people's rights in the equitable distribution of resources. Speaking in Juja while attending a Sunday service at the Wetei, the African Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa AIPCA, Kiambu County, Azimio leader Martha Karua argues that leaders from the Mount Kenya region recently abandoned the one man, one vote, one shilling drive during the recent Sagana State Lodge meeting.
Wakaogopa kusema one man, one vote, one shilling. One man, one vote, one shilling. Wakasahau masilahi ya watu wa Mount Kenya. Sisi tukiwa viongozi hatutaogopa. Tutaitisha haki yetu kulingana na katiba.
The NARC Kenya party leader also took issue with the government's plan to peg higher education loans on individual students' financial capabilities, terming this as a plot to discriminate some learners.
Hiyo mvumo mpya wa kugawa pesa ya university loans, kwanza ni loan sio free. Hiyo ya kusema ati unaangalia vile wazazi wako, hiyo ni mlango umefunguliwa wa kubagua. Sisi zote viongozi wengi wetu tumesoma na nini? No. Patia watoto wa Kenya bila kubagua loan wasome kama wewe.
Leaders present say the Azimio leadership will keep fighting for better services from the government.
Tumekuwa tukisema kwamba ile inatufaa kama wale wengine ni mambo ya one man, one vote, one shilling. Sisi wote, na ni vizuri kusema ya kwamba wale ambao wako uongozini, sisi ambao unatuona hapa, it is the first generation of leaders ambao wamefunzwa na loan hapa Kenya. And it is very unfair ati ya kwamba tunaweza kuwa sisi are the first generation alafu tuwanyime vizazi zetu nafasi kama ile. You can never help a country if you make education unaffordable. The starting point, elimu, lazima kila mtu aweze kwenda shule.
Away from politics, the Busia County government has apologized to residents of Busia town for persistent water shortage in the area. The county executive committee member in charge of water, engineer Andrew Meso, says the Busia Water and Sewerage Company has been instructed to hit the ground running and restore constant water supply. Meso says the county government is working to ensure basic commodities remain within reach.
We have assessed, seen what is happening, and maybe I would just want to tell people of Busia that we are sorry. We have started a journey with my team here, and we are very committed. Myself, my chief officer, the MD of Buasco, we say we want to take a commitment to give our people the service they require. As I tender my apology, I want to turn back to you and tell you, my chief, myself and the MD, that we have a task to do. Na lazima tufanye. Kama hatuwezi kazi, turudi nyumbani, tulime pamba na njugu, si ndio? Because we have to deliver the service.
The Forum for African Women Educationists, FAWE, has embarked on a campaign aimed at promoting girl-child education through fighting teenage pregnancies. Speaking at the launch of the initiative, which will incorporate religious leaders, border riders, teachers, and the general members of the public, Garissa Township County Commissioner Solomon Chesut stressed the need to end the traditional practices that fuel early marriages in the area. Sentiments echoed by the County Executive Committee member for Health, Hawa Abdi Sahal, who asked the team to be ambassadors against sexual and gender-based violence.
Shule ni mwanaume amefanya hiyo, msichana afanya nini? Aache shule. Magonjwa ni kidogo, magonjwa haimanishi hata inashika wasichana pekee. By the way, ladies are very resistant kwa mambo ya magonjwa. Wanaume ndio wanakufanga hizi ugonjwa ovyo ovyo. So, the biggest disease kwa wasichana ni macho ziko hapa. Because once a girl becomes pregnant, second pregnancy, third pregnancy, ile kitu itafuata ni divorce. How do you divorce a child? Sheikh, let's be talking to these people the truth. How do you divorce a child who got married at 13 years, which is in the first place illegal, and by the time she's 18 years with 3 kids, anakuwa divorced? Mtoto ya 18 years ataenda wapi? Take it on your own. Hata wewe Madam Wasiri, kama huyo ni mtoto wako, ataenda wapi?
From Garissa to Malindi, where a Member of Parliament Amina Mnyanzi has urged the beneficiaries of the Uwezo Fund to invest the money wisely to ensure they transform their lives. About 37 groups have received 4.6 million shillings from the fund kitty in Malindi constituency, Kilifi County. The beneficiaries of the fund called on the government to increase their funding from 500,000 shillings to 1 million shillings.
Ni kitu ambacho niko na imani kubwa kinasaidia kina mama kama wenyewe mlivyosikia, na mimi wa mama wa Malindi nawaombea kila laheri, wafanikiwe katika biashara zao, walipe pesa ndio wengine waweze kupata pia hizo pesa.
Ukipewa 500,000 kama ulikuwa diet yako ni omena na mchicha, usijaribu kula nyama. Hauwezi kurudisha hiyo pesa sababu pesa imeenda nyama.
Ninaomba mjikakamue, hiyo pesa iregeshwe ili wenzenu nao waweze kufaidika.
Elsewhere, the government has agreed to compensate the 190 property owners in Mutomo village in Gatundu, South Kiambu County, a minimum of 10 million for their quarter-acre plots to pave the way for the expansion of Mama Ngina University. Gatundu South MP Gabriel Kagombe has assured the 190 plot owners that they will receive 2.2 billion for their quarter-acre plots before the end of the year. Led by the chairman of the land owners, Harun Gasheru, the locals termed the move as a big milestone and a relief to the beneficiaries who will now be in a position to acquire alternative land after suffering for years. The university college was constructed in 2019 on 10.3 acres and has been seeking over 50 more acres for expansion.
MP wetu Kagombe namshukuru sana kwa vile amefuata hii mambo mpaka ikafika siku ya leo. Tunafurahi sana kwa kuona ati mwezi ujao tutalipwa ili tuondoke hapa ili shule yetu ipanuliwe.
I would like to apologize kwa yeye sababu kuna mkutano tulifanya pale Mutomo na tukampiga sana wakati tulikuwa tumesikia anataka kumaliza university, na tulikuja kujua ya kwamba ilikuwa uongo na uvumi, na waadhiriwa wenzangu naweza kuambia kupanda wanaweza panda ile chakula ambayo haimalizi miezi 3 because tukilipwa tutapewa around 6 months ndio watu waweze kuhama. Kwa hiyo chakula watakuwa wamevuna.
The community, and I can say that our member of parliament Mr. Honorable Gigi Kagombe has been very, very concerned with ensuring that this institution grow and later on it even get a charter. And recently he came and we were able to talk with him. I know there are some people who are giving wrong information about the institution, but I thank God that our Member of Parliament is at the forefront, trying to ensure that this university get the required large size so that later on it can even be chartered.
And at about 13 minutes past the top of the hour, you are due for our first break. But when we come back, we still have more news. And of course, we're keeping tabs with what is happening in Budapest, Hungary for the World Athletics Championships. Don't go away.
Technology has become a crucial part of our society. Without technological advancements, so much of our everyday lives would be drastically different. As technology develops, it strives to fulfill the changing needs of society. This means that technology exists to help us achieve the things that we wouldn't be able to achieve without it. Take on Tech looks at the advantages and downside of technological innovation in a world that is becoming increasingly dependent on new digital technologies. Every Monday at 10:30 p.m.
Nataka ukue masikio yangu na macho yangu.
Nitakuwa baka mapua yako. Lakini kwa sababu tunajua miezi ya mvua, waje tuandike Sweke tempa.
Seka tamba hiyo sichawahi tegea kwa galenda.
Enda ukaenda huyo retina wako. You are one of our impressive workers.
Unaenda wapi? Rudi hapa.
Isn't this the kind of tea you serve to your manager? Hakuna dhamos kwa hiyo hoteli.
Mtu anafaa kutingizwa huku ndio aweze kukua na long life.
Nikielele gani inaendelea huko mbele?
Wewe kwa mama gaye?
Ataenda.
She hasn't just taken this title, she's absolutely obliterated the whole field. 3:52.96.
It's a big stage, big names and big expectations. An immersive celebration of athleticism. More than 2,000 athletes from over 200 countries will compete in 49 events. Drawing inspiration from past memorable outings, Team Kenya is looking ahead for a remarkable feat in the forthcoming World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Hungary, in Central Europe. Witness the wonders from Budapest, Hungary on 19th through to the 27th of August, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Welcome back to Channel 1 Lunchtime News, and thanks for keeping me company. Elsewhere, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is calling on the border industry to not allow criminal gangs posing as riders to infiltrate the sector and cause havoc to unsuspecting Kenyans. Gachagua spoke Monday when he launched the Border Riders Training of Trainers program in collaboration with the county government of Nyandarua and the Kenya Methodist University. The 3-month-long flexible program seeks to train the riders in defensive driving, savings and investment, among others.
Karibu, Your Excellency.
The Deputy President was speaking during the launch of the Boda Riders Training of Trainers program, dubbed Boda Yangu Ofisi Yangu, and he cautioned riders to not allow criminal elements disguising themselves as genuine riders to harm innocent civilians.
You must be your own policemen among yourselves. Wakora wakijificha kwenu, wanakuja kuibia watu, wanakuja kuvuja manyumba ya watu, wanachukua vibete za akina mama. Saa ile wanatafutwa, wengine ambaye hawahusiki watalaumiwa.
While timing the sector as a critical player in the country's economy, Gachagua insisted that the riders maintain decorum on Kenyan roads and avoid drunkenness while on duty. He also challenged them to seek to ride green as the government seeks to introduce electric motorcycles.
This will complement other partners who are already working under the e-mobility project at a cost of about Kenya shillings 800 per day in fuel. An electric motorcycle cuts down of this amount to about 350 Kenya shillings.
tutaenda chini mashinani na we are going to train all the others.
Nanyi mukubali kutumia the cyclist lane.
The 3-month training will equip the riders with skills in defensive driving and cycling, customer care, personal hygiene, savings and investments, rapport between riders and the community, and connecting the sector to other opportunities. The riders are further being called upon to seek avenues of growth so that they do not remain stuck in the same sector for years. Even as this sector continues receiving this training, it is the hope of the leaders that the border riders across the country will uphold the utmost disciplines not only to safeguard themselves but other road users as well. Yusufar reporting for Lunchtime News.
Now, known for its incredible health benefits, finger millet is a nutritional powerhouse rich in fiber, iron, and essential nutrients. From traditional households to modern kitchens, finger millet is winning hearts with its adaptability thanks to Pasilisa Wanyonyi, also known as Mama Wimbi by her customers. Her expertise in this ancient grain is gaining a new lease of life as Pasilisa Wanyonyi's innovative approach to using finger millet for not only just preparing porridge, but cakes and chapatis. Hear the story of this incredible versatility of finger millet from its traditional roots to innovative creations, as narrated by Marie Yambo.
She's popularly known here as Mama Wimbi. Her nickname points to her passion.
Nafanya wala addition ya wimbi na natengeneza crackers, mandazi, chapati, cake, uji, ugali.
Her ingredients are
ngano, baking, sukari, vanilla, unga ya wimbi, crushed lemon na mayai na chumvi.
She has in mind 2 targets for her products.
Natengeneza uji ya familia yangu. Watoto wanakunywa uji. Natengeneza, napika ugali, familia inakula. Mandazi huwa napika nikisupply na pia familia inakula. Chapati natengeneza ya familia. Crackers natengeneza ya kuuza.
The International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center Partnerships and Seed Systems lead under the Dryland Crops Program is Dr. Chris Ojewo. He is resolute that millets have a potential for greater demand.
For a long time in the decades past, you would not see any millet product on the shelf. Now you see millet products, both pure for porridge and for making ugali. You find them on the shelf. And they don't stay on the shelf. Actually, you find them today, you go tomorrow, they're all gone.
Wheat flour appears smooth through the eye and between the fingers. Mama Wimbi doesn't assume. She thoroughly sieves it.
Unapotengeneza cake, inaweza kuwa na hizo vitu ndani. Inasumbua, ina particles ambazo siwezi kuisha. Ukikula kwa mdomo si mzuri.
The coarse material in the millets that's locally ground has to be eliminated too. The sieving of the 2 flours ensures a smooth texture. Mama Wimbi has mastered the correct mixing amounts.
Kikombe unaweza unapima 2 hii wimbi moja. Ama unaweza kuwa ratio 1:1.
The 2 flours are mixed together with the grated lemon. All other ingredients in their proper portions end up in the mix at an appropriate time. Mama Wimbi's 19-year-old daughter, Pauline Dada, is a baking enthusiast. Her helping hand speeds up the preparation of products.
I've learned a lot from my mother compared to what I learned in school. More so in cooking these finger millet mandazis. These are the things that we are not taught in school.
A film of liquid oil is coated on the inside of the trays. Mama Wimbi's journey with millet spans over 10 years.
Nilianza kulima wimbi 2009 na Kalro.
After 40 minutes, there's plenty to be sampled. Included are porridge and millet bottle crackers prepared earlier. The nutritional value in millet craves for attention.
Being a cereal, it is of course high in the carbohydrates, especially the starch. And it also has a bit of proteins, which has got very important essential amino acids. And also it is rich in minerals, especially the calcium, phosphorus, iron and zinc. And if you compare, especially the calcium of finger millet is quite high compared with the other main cereals.
Mama Wimbi hopes that her customer base will continue rising.
A real nutrition powerhouse. Kudos to Mama Wimbi and Marie for that informative piece. Further afield, Saudi border guards are accused of the mass killing of migrants along the Yemeni border in a report by Human Rights Watch. The report says hundreds of people, many of them Ethiopians who cross war-torn Yemen to reach Saudi Arabia, have been shot dead and others wounded.
The Human Rights Watch report titled "They Fired on Us Like Rain" contains graphic testimony from migrants who say they were shot at and sometimes targeted with explosive weapons by Saudi police and soldiers. Survivors have told the BBC about their terrifying nighttime crossings, during which large groups of Ethiopians, including many women and children, came under fire as they attempted to cross the border in search of work in the oil-rich kingdom. Saudi Arabia has previously rejected allegations of systematic killings.
"25 minutes past the hour. We are taking another breather, but when we come back, we get more from the business world.
Ingo FM fans in Kakamega, are you ready? Ingo FM and Y254 have organized a Meet the Fans tour on 25th and 26th August 2023. On Friday, 25th August, join us at Butere Boys High School, where the Baraza Foundation has organized sports activities including a football match pitting Kakamega Homeboys versus Butere combined. In the evening, join us as we witness the crowning of Mr. and Miss Butere live from Charlie 037 Resort. These events will be covered by Y254 and Ingo FM. On Saturday, 26th August, our team shall visit Noah Yale Children's Home, where we shall donate dignity packs. And the climax of our Kakamega tour will be the launch of Ingo FM Mashabi Club at Bondeni Primary School. Don't miss out. All are welcome.
Technology has become a crucial part of our society. Without technological advancements, so much of our everyday lives would be drastically different. As technology develops, it strives to fulfill the changing needs of society. This means that technology exists to help us achieve the things that we wouldn't be able to achieve without it. Take on Tech looks at the advantages and downside of technological innovation in a world that is becoming increasingly dependent on new digital technologies. Every Monday at 10:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Moving on, retrogressive cultures, such as banditry have been synonymous with communities living in Baringo for over 5 decades. Many people have lost their lives, families displaced, schools displaced and closed, and hindering development in the county. And as Timothy Kipnusu reports, philanthropists and peace ambassadors have, however, come out to sponsor peace tournaments in a move aimed at uniting communities to live harmoniously amongst each other.
Samati Peace Tournament in the volatile Baringo County. The excitement and enthusiasm showcased here is evident. With the look at the beaming faces, one could not imagine that these are the very people who are in constant conflict. The 6-month-long tournament, which started from grassroots level from villages towards sub-county and county level, concluded with the main aim of bringing cohesion and peace among the youth in Baringo, which was synonymous with banditry and cattle rustling.
Hata uisi ya mali yetu imeenda chini tena, sio kama mbeleni. Sasa tunashukuru Samati kwa sababu ametukumbuka sana.
Nafikiri katika awali watu hao walikuwa wakikosana kupigana
na kuanganyang'anyana mali.
Kemboi Samati, a youth lead and peace ambassador, is one among the youthful leader in Baringo who has seen the extent of lives lost in the hands of banditry.
Baringo South, especially in Baringo North and Tiati, have been affected by banditry. Schools have been closed, people have been displaced, people killed. We have a whole division where there are no people, called Mugutani division.
Kemboi, who is the sponsor of the tournament, decided to come up with an intervention seeking to bring together youth through sports in a bid to provide solution to the problem affecting them.
We are one people, and I said I want to start a tournament because I want to bring peace to sports. We have had a very nice peaceful coexistence amongst communities around there.
So it is an initiative that we want to cherish, and we want to build it from this level and even escalate it to the level of the county and so on.
The tournament also seeks to tap talents among the youth so that they can be engaged in more meaningful engagement and shun away from retrogressive culture that had painted Baringo in a negative picture. The tournament attracted communities from Ilchamus to Tugen with plans underway to extend the tournament to Tiati to unite all communities in Baringo.
Moving on, county governments have been challenged to create a conducive business environment for private investments to spur economic growth. Principal Secretary for Investment Promotion in the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, Abubakar Hassan, says the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda will enhance the playing field for private investments in the local and international market and position Kenya as a preferred premier investment hub. He called on counties to work with private investors to create jobs and transform the economy.
And the solution which was provided by the Kenya Kwanza administration was the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, so that we can have an economic growth and development which is inclusive, sustainable and resilient. So it's a turning point for counties to change, to have a strategic shift from efficiently delivering service to citizens to positioning business community to competitively compete in the domestic, in the regional and international market.
Let's now cross over to the business world. The government has committed 29 million shillings in the next financial year towards scaling up air safety and security. Transport Principal Secretary Mohamed Dagar says this will be key in reducing air security challenges that are hampering Kenya's quest to become a regional aviation hub.
Data from the International Air Transport Association shows Africa carriers suffered cumulative losses of $3.5 billion for 2020 to 2022, blamed on infrastructure constraints, high operation costs, lack of connectivity, regulatory impediments, slow adoption of global standards and skills.
Kenya is leading in terms of the aviation safety audit that was conducted by ICAO. With a score of over 97%. It is also one among the highest in Africa in terms of the security audit. But connectivity in Africa remains a challenge, moving from one country to another. And we are glad today as a country to host this particular Aviation Week, which the main purpose is to bring countries in Africa and countries in the Indian Ocean and the entire world in general to chart the way forward on where do we want to move as a continent, as a world, in issues of aviation, specifically safety, security and infrastructural development.
Kenya is banking on increasing investment in air transport infrastructure and safety to boost capacity in the lucrative sector.
At the same time, we want to improve our infrastructure, both in terms of the airport and both in terms of putting up a conducive environment for the air operators and air companies to ensure that we maintain Kenya and specifically Nairobi as the hub of this particular region in East and Central Africa.
Transport PS Mohammed Dagar says trade and tourism rely on aviation and have immense unrealized potential to create jobs and elevate poverty.
As has been done already in other regions, we hope that the full implementation of the single African aviation market will be successful and will facilitate the connectivity.
Further, the International Civil Aviation Organization, in collaboration with the government of Kenya, will set up a 1.2 billion shillings regional office within the next 3 years, a move aimed at advancing aviation safety and fostering sustainable growth in the region. Regina Manyara reporting for Lunchtime News.
In other news, farmers in 5 agro-pastoralist counties are set to access modern clean energy solutions following the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Davis and Shatleaf and Millennium Water Alliance. The partnership seeks to enhance food security and expand the availability of safe and sufficient water supply to households through solar water pumping in arid and semi-arid regions of Kenya. The targeted counties include Wajir, Turkana, Garissa, Marsabit and Isiolo.
Uncertain weather patterns expose livestock farmers to severe drought, leading to loss of livestock, depletion of vegetation, food insecurity, environmental degradation, and water scarcity. The partnership between Davis and Shatleaf and Millennium Water Alliance seeks to cushion the agro-pastoralists from the shocks of climate change, as well as increase their capacity to produce food and secure their livelihoods. Through the initiative, the agro-pastoralists will acquire solar-powered irrigation equipment in small, affordable installments under a prepaid financing model, pay-as-you-go. Davis and Shatleaf Group Chief Executive Officer George Mbogwa said the MOU aims at removing initial financial barriers to clean energy access by allowing agricultural and pastoral households to use solar electricity to water their crops and feed livestock. Millennium Water Alliance country representative Stivers Kathuni said the program will also entail training of water point operators and water point development.
Entrepreneurs in the locally repurposed waste industry want Kenyans to consume Kenyan-made recycled materials as a way of boosting local manufacturing and reducing effects of climate change. The Kenya Green Building Society CEO Nasra Nanda says the country's consumer culture still lacks adequate awareness on sustainability issues, even as the country positions itself as a green manufacturing powerhouse.
The block building process starts here at a dumping yard where trucks come in, dump the refuse, mostly plastic, and then it is sorted elsewhere in the factory space.
Kenya produces at least 8 million tons of waste annually, according to the Environment Ministry. It launched a sustainable waste management policy in March 2023, meant to adopt global best practices in waste management, including a requirement for producers to invest in technologies and products that are reusable and recyclable. Now, businesses in this space say more needs to be done.
Sustainable and affordable housing through the, modular solution using recyclable plastic. The Sustainability in Action Tour is essentially building awareness and showing people in practice what does sustainability means. And we're really proud.
Timao Group is a startup that uses repurposed plastics to manufacture interlocking blocks used in building housing units. They say the industry is faced with challenges, including a lack of synergy and awareness.
Our request is that we need more people to join in the voice against plastic pollution. We have solutions, we have local solutions that we can be able to transform this material into very, very comfortable quality houses. All we need is support. We need support from private sector, we need support from government, we need support from all key stakeholders.
Currently, entrepreneurs are looking at ways of generating jobs and revenue through plastic waste recycling. This comes just a few weeks before Kenya plays host to the first ever Africa Climate Summit to be held at the Kenyatta International Convention Center from the 4th to the 6th of September.
In the light of Africa Climate Summit, we see solutions that are locally available, and right behind me there is a wall that's coming up. I think you've seen the tour of the small showcase of the house that we had. We are here to showcase that solutions for climate change are right here. When you talk of eating large, we talk about recycling plastic waste, which plastic pollution is a big contributor to climate change.
We are also going to be holding several events during and before the ACS. We have a pre-ACS event on the Sunday before the climate summit starts. It starts on Monday, and we're going to be focusing on bringing together partnerships to mobilize sustainable finance.
The Kenya Broadcasting Corporation will transmit the summit live. Alan Aoko, Lunchtime News.
The government will work with all stakeholders to strengthen cooperative societies to drive economic growth and create employment. Commissioner for Cooperatives David Obonyo says the industry, which employs more than 500,000 people in Kenya, has the potential to turn around Kenya's socio-economic fortunes. The commissioner spoke during the opening of a Port DT Sacco at the Inland Container Depot here in Nairobi.
Commissioner for Cooperatives David Obonyo says the government is fully behind the operations of cooperative societies in their quest to help improve the local saving culture while improving the standards of living for Kenyans. Port DT Sacco CEO Dedan Ondieki says the cooperative will continue to invest heavily in relevant technologies and solutions to better serve its members and ensure that Sacco keeps abreast with industry trends. The Sacco is banking on technology and innovation to drive expansion in membership.
Have expanded our recruitment procedures. They are too short. You can be a member through your phone. You can't just be a member. We also have other agencies that are doing recruitment for us. So ours is financial inclusion for everybody.
Some of the innovative products and services that the SACCO is currently providing to its members include the introduction of microloan segment to support small-scale traders and self-registration through the Port's website.
We assure you that as we have come here in Nairobi, which is the capital city, we are ready to serve members, and our members have been yearning for these services for a long time.
Port Sacco, formerly Mombasa Sacco, is one of the oldest cooperative societies in Kenya. The new branch is part of Port DT Sacco's expansion measures, targeting to have a presence in all the 47 counties.
And in a bid to curb counterfeit electronic goods in the country, companies are resorting to technology in the fight against the vice. Local Star Times Media has now partnered with Vitron Television to introduce 4-in-1 32-inch television set dubbed Star Times Inside. Jimmy Carter, the CEO of Star Times Media, said the new technology will eliminate the need for a separate decoder and usher in an era of unparalleled simplicity.
Made in Kenya. Yes, because once you made in Kenya, you will create the job operation, you will create the tax revenue increasement, also you will bring the high technology in Kenya country. So that's why we ask and we request, no matter from the government and the public, to really to get the real one. Don't get the fake one, because fake will hurt. It's not only the original products, it's also will hurt.
Thus, if StarTime Insights with Vitron TV together, I think nobody can copy it. Our products, we have the sticker and we have the StarTime Insights, because if StarTime Insights, the counterfeit goods cannot be there.
In other news, Kenyan e-commerce and food distribution startup Twiga Foods has announced a fresh round of job cuts. In a statement, the firm cites a tough economic environment affecting Kenyans' purchasing power, necessitating the downsizing of its operating model across its regions.
The ongoing tough economic times has seen most companies and businesses downsize, rationalize their workforce, and retweak their business model in order to remain afloat. In the last 3 months, it is estimated that over 3,000 Kenyans have lost their jobs as organizations undertake restructuring. Twiga Foods, a business-to-business platform that connects farmers and food vendors, has announced a fresh round of layoffs. In a statement, the firm cites biting economic times affecting purchasing power, necessitating resizing of its operating model across the region. The statement reads, "Regrettably, this exercise has seen the company declare some roles redundant across the organization in full compliance with applicable labor laws." The firm noted that the business has undertaken strategic operating adjustments to enhance its service delivery capacity over the past few months. The startup company has, however, not disclosed the number of employees that will be affected. In November 2022, the company axed 211 workers, which was 21% of its workforce, in a restructuring model that aimed at cutting costs. This move eliminated its in-house sales team. In March, the firm, however, clinched a deal where Twiga partnered with the Kenyan government to oversee maize production on 20,000 acres of the Galana Kulalu Food Security Project under a public-private partnership. The tech firm has also received a 300 million shillings loan from the state-owned Hustler Fund. Launched in 2014, the e-commerce platform leverages technology to connect consumers, vendors and suppliers, providing them with high-quality foods, products and retail services across Africa. Weri Mujenga for Lunchtime News.
Very well, now we cross over to Narok County, where we are having the Ma Cultural Week that has members from all the 4 Ma counties of Kajiado, of Laikipia, Narok, and also Samburu. And currently speaking is the governor of Narok, Ole Tunai. Let's first of all listen in.
Nikiponu apa ajo emaing'uraki ele osho enkoitoi sidai ajo naa sinanu piilo aitereu nikiim tenebo ore ilalashera lang' oota nchidai enaa tenakata.
All right. We will be back with a more comprehensive report on that. Irene Michuma Odim and also Jackie Wambiru are there. And of course, we cannot continue with that live feed because he is actually speaking with his native tongue. And of course, we would want also all of us and our viewers to enjoy that as well. But don't worry. In our subsequent bulletin, we have a much comprehensive report on the festivities that are currently underway all this through. Elsewhere, industry players are rallying efforts towards increasing inbound flights from Uganda to Mombasa as a means to boost the tourism sector between the two countries. Nyali Golf Club country manager Peggy Masharia says business traffic from Uganda to Mombasa and vice versa has significantly increased, hence the need to expand the product line to incorporate unique tourism features that will maximize the sector's potential.
Data from Kenya's Tourism Sector Performance Report for 2022 noted that Uganda contributed 12% of total arrivals to Kenya in 2022, coming only second to the United States, which took the top overall spot with a 16% contribution. Arrivals from entry points such as the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and Moi International Airport in Mombasa, among others, went up from 642,861 to 847,810 in the review period. For years, Kenyan tourism authorities and private sector players have invested in marketing the country in Uganda to lure especially coastal beach lovers. The two countries also have strong business and trade ties, which has resulted in increased demand for business travel.
Fly 3 times a week into Mombasa. We fly using a CRJ 900, whose capacity is 76 passengers. Yeah, so on an average per flight, we're looking at 80%. Yeah.
Stakeholders are calling for increased partnerships that will create lucrative packages to tourists arriving at Kenya's coastal sites to explore the city's historical sites for leisure, business, and cultural attractions that Mombasa has to offer.
So it is a route that we are very keen on, because if you look at the outbound into Kenya, if I may talk about that, majority of Ugandans fly into Mombasa and by extension Diani to attend or organize weddings, parties, come for holidays, honeymoon, and what have you.
Additionally, they called for immense private sector investments in hotels that will promote regional tourism to enhance performance of the African markets and development of niche products such as cruise tourism, adventure tourism, culture, and sports tourism.
We are here to support His Excellency the President's bid to strengthen relations with our partners within the East African region and even beyond the regions.
With the current promising numbers in flight activity, the airline is also working to expand other routes into the coastal region with flights to Malindi, Ukunda, and Lamu. Nduta Mukami for Lunchtime News.
Time for sports, and we begin with all the actions from Budapest. Kenya is currently ranked 9th overall in the medal standings as the 2023 World Athletics Championship enters day 3 today in Budapest, Hungary. Team Kenya has bagged 1 silver courtesy of Daniel Simiu Ebenyo in the men's 10,000 meters final. Defending champions USA currently lead the standings with 6 medals, 3 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. Spain is placed second with 2 gold medals, while Ethiopia completes the top 3 countries with 4 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze. Wiseman Were will be the only Kenyan in action on day 3 when he takes to the track in the men's 400 meters hurdles semi-final. The World Athletics Championship will be live on KBC Channel 1. Women's volleyball team Malkia Strikers will take on Nigeria Tuesday in the quarterfinals of the 2023 Africa Nations Championship in Yaoundé, Cameroon. The Louisoma de Moura Charges qualified for the quarterfinals with a 100% record from the group matches. In other quarterfinals, pairings powerhouse Egypt will face Uganda, Algeria will play Rwanda, while defending champions Cameroon will take on Morocco. Mali will play Lesotho, while Burkina Faso will be up against Burundi in position 9 to 12 playoff matches. Kenya last won the African Nations Championship in the year 2015. In other news, Coast veteran lady golfer Teresia Odo emerged as the overall winner in the Uganda Airlines Golf Tournament played at the Par 71 Nyali Golf and Country Club course in Mombasa County. Meanwhile, Karoki Mathu won the Tononoka Golf Tournament held at the VetLab Sports Club.
Playing off handicap 17, Odo carried an excellent score of 43 points to emerge the overall winner.
Handicap 2, William Kaguta, was the best gross winner on a 4 over par 75 gross, while Handicap 18, Sanjay Kotecha, emerges the main winner with a count-back score of 40 points. Omar Lewa and Sami Kamau completed the top 3 positions. Yang Lee, playing off Handicap 22, claimed the ladies' title on 39 points. She closed the day on the same score with Handicap 9, Susan Stokes, and Loya Divina Ongaki, who came in 2nd and 3rd respectively. The tournament attracted over 150 golfers, drawn from different golf clubs in the country.
Sports is a very unifying factor. When we meet as members of parliament, be it within ourselves, within Kenya, who we could be having different ideologies, but we play as a team. And even when we meet with our counterparts from Uganda, we play as a team. We don't do politics when you are doing golf as such.
I also want to take this opportunity to encourage us to continue supporting business between our brotherly and friendly nations within East Africa. In the East African region, Uganda is one of our biggest trading partners.
Meanwhile, Karoki Madu won the Tononoka Golf Tournament held at the Vetlab Sports Club. He had tied with Victor Onyango, playing off Handicap 7, who was the overall runner-up, while Handicap 17, Mavji Gorasia, and Handicap 19, Kihuya Njoroge, were the men runner-up and 3rd place respectively, after both finished with 40 points each.
Kericho County has unveiled the under-19 football teams for both boys and girls, which will face other counties in the Talanta Hela tournament. Kericho County Chief Officer for Youth and Sports, Geoffrey Bett, said that selection was done in collaboration with secondary school teachers and other stakeholders. The boys' team is training at Kericho T-Boys, while the girls' team is training at Kipsigis Girls Secondary School. The teams will participate in South Rift competition, which will kick off tomorrow in Nakuru, comprising teams from Kericho, Bomet, Narok, Laikipia, and Nakuru. That's all the time we had for KBC Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for your valued company. My name is Bentro Enjoy. Brian Muraru has been our sign language interpreter for this live newscast. Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms. And just to remind you, we are keeping tabs with the Markacho Week and also the Indonesia state visit by President Joko Widodo. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed afternoon.
Every Monday evening, we take you back where the action happened live.
We'll let you know what you missed, even if you were present.
And our goal is to continue supporting our own.
From the latest celebrity buzz,
fashion,
music,
and all manner of youth talents,
the Grapevine cameras rove all week to bring you the latest in the enormous entertainment scene.
Watch Grapevine every Monday at 10 p.m. and the rerun on Tuesday at 2 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1, baby.
Engage us on Facebook and Twitter, #Grapevine on KBC. Let us know what is happening in your area code, because you know what they say, if you did not see it on Grapevine,
then it most probably never happened. Bah!
Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta do.
Oh yes, Massive and Crew, if you love reggae and you're a reggae head, you know the place to be each and every Wednesday.
You gotta show me there's a future.
Yeah, remember, this is where radio meets TV.
Hello, you're watching Initiative Africa. My name is Asha Sampath. Welcome to your weekly magazine featuring Africa on the move through smart innovations and initiatives that work. This week we focus on education with a promising new digital platform. And with our guest, we explore the question related to the future of journalism in Africa. Well, it's time for Initiative Africa. Let's get on with the show with our top stories today. The protection of journalists in Africa is his mission. At Reporter Without Borders, Sadibou Marong monitors the evolution of a profession that is undergoing radical change. His vocation is to track down abuses against the media and their representatives on the continent. He is our guest today.
We often see journalists are stuck between the hammer of armed terrorist groups and the anvil of the defense and security forces. These are difficult situations. But in this context, we advocate that information must remain pluralist.
All your lessons and notes at your fingertips. This is the revolution proposed by the educational platform Magoe, which is expanding rapidly in Guinea and the sub-region. Every morning I check the attendance on my phone, not with a paper register. It also helps me bring up the students' grades at the end of each month after I finished evaluating the pupils. How a district well known to Africans in Paris has denied its sulphurous reputation. Architectural revival, enthusiasm for designers, a place of social ties. Chateau Rouge is waking up.
People have to come. They should come to discover what we're trying to showcase here so that it changes their perception of the neighborhood.
In Guinea, there's now an app to track learners' progress at school as well as at home. Magoe, the digital platform created in 2019 by a young computer scientist from the country for students to revise and monitor their schooling, is now in full swing. 15,000 users and 100 schools use it in Guinea and even in the sub-region. Our correspondent from Conakry, Sanyon Koma, has the story. It's a real revolution in this primary school located in the upper suburbs of Conakry. For 3 years now, Noelle Lama, a teacher in this school, has been using her mobile phone as a working tool. The smartphone is not only used to make phone calls, but is now part of her teaching equipment. Every morning I check the attendance on my phone, not with a paper register. It also helps me bring up the students' grades at the end of each month after I finished evaluating the pupils. This digital platform, which today improves the Guinean education system, is the work of this computer scientist, Mazogu Geopogui, a graduate of the University of Guinea. The scientist has just developed this digital portal called Magoe Technology, a 100% educational platform which was financed entirely by himself, allowing students to access training programs from their mobile phones even without an internet connection. Here, in this school, he came to inquire about the quality of service of his platform.
As soon as you log in, the system can automatically alert the parents about their child being in class or not. And after that, at the end of the year, for each child, we will know how many classes he or she has attended and how many classes he or she has also missed. Even their parents will have access to this information.
The digital platform, a first in the country, was designed to improve the Guinean educational system, which is already in decline due to the absence of an education policy. With only 9% of students taking the baccalaureate in 2022, Guinea recorded one of the most catastrophic results in its history. Magoe Technology is trying to fix this problem. The portal has a space where students can revise and interact with their teachers.
Here, you can consult the content of the courses, so you can revise wherever you are, even without a connection. You can ask your teacher if there are sections where you need help to understand. The small envelope allows you to ask a question to the teacher, and when you ask a question, all your friends in the same class can also receive a question. When the teacher answers, everyone else can also have access to that answer. So really, a real exchange platform between you, your teachers, and yourself.
An exchange platform, but also a tool for managing school revenues in a country ranked 147th out of 180 countries